go to the scriptures in Ephesians chapter 6, verses 2 and 3. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, that it may go well with you, and you may enjoy long life on earth. For the call to worship, we read, honor your mother. Really, I have been able to just remind you of that and have a seat. Right? I mean, it's not like it's honor your mother if, or honor your mother except, honor your mother unless. Honor your mother. It's not a suggestion. It doesn't say honor your mother if she's honorable. Honor your mother. Now, I confess that the only thing I really know about motherhood is that I had a mother who passed away years ago. And I'm married to the mother of my children. So I will draw something from that experience on how to honor your mother. Because I don't think there's anybody in here that would dispute the scriptures. But you may be in a situation where you say, you know what? Today's a hard day for me. Maybe your mother's no longer with us. Like I said, maybe your mother's not very honorable. Maybe you want to be a mother, but for some reason you aren't. When we were in Lockport, there was a young couple there who we were very good friends with. And every year on Mother's Day, Becky would not come to church because she so badly wanted to be a mother, but couldn't. And tried everything imaginable, spent tens of thousands of dollars, finally said, this must be God's lot for me in life to not be a mother. Stop all the treatments, the medication, stop spending the money. And guess what happened? Got pregnant with twins. And then had a little girl after that. And they're all college age now, but turned out great. Like I said, sometimes today's a hard day. Maybe your children are breaking your heart. You are a mother, but your children are breaking your heart. Maybe you even lost a child. So today's not always an easy day for folks. Like I said, it might be hard for you to honor your mother, because you see, it's so much easier to talk about all her faults, all her failings, all the ways that she messed you up, she let you down. And yet, God says what? Honor your mother. It's not a suggestion, as I said, and there are no exceptions. Her character, or her effectiveness as a parent, is not the issue. God established this guideline for Israel in the Ten Commandments because a respectful home was crucial to their future as a nation. And the same is true today. Like I said, when all you talk about is your mother's faults and failings, you are in violation of this commandment because you are dishonoring her. But this is not a message about how to dishonor your mother, but how do I honor her? Martin Luther said something very interesting. He was addressing a bunch of monks. Now, you know what monks do, right? They withdraw from the world, they pray, they chant, they isolate themselves, they try to do good deeds, things, help the poor, the homeless, feed the hungry, okay? Martin Luther said this: against all those monks who tried to think of the best ways to serve God stood this one command: honor your father and mother. Where will these poor wretches hide when in the sight of God and all the world they shall blush with shame before a young child who has lived according to this commandment. You could feed hundreds of the poor, give shelter to thousands of the homeless, but if you despise your mother, you are despising God. A little child handing her mother a freshly picked dandelion has outdone you. From my own dad, I learned never disrespect the mother. And I passed the same attitude on to my children. Not only did I not have a short fuse when it came to disrespecting the mother, I had no fuse. And I told my children, you disrespect your mother, I am instantly angry at you. And you will bear the consequences for disrespecting your mother. I believe it was my place as their dad to teach them to respect their mother and to honor her. Now, again, the question, how? How do we honor mother? Well, number one, presence. Now, I'm spelling that P-R-E-S-E-N-C-E. Presence. Be there. Now, P-R-E-S-E-N-T-S isn't a bad idea either. If you haven't done something yet, I suggest you do. Okay? That's also okay. But your presence, be there. One of the lifelong regrets I will have is since I went off to college in 1974 to Roberts Wesleyan, I was not able to be with my mother on very many Mother's Days through college because I sang in a traveling quartet. And of course, on Mother's Day, what do a million churches want? Could you have one of those nice Roberts quartets come to our church and sing for a service on Mother's Day? And so I spent all the Mother's Days I had when I was in college, someplace, singing for them instead of being with my own mother. Then, of course, when I graduated and became a pastor, Mother's Day, kind of a big day at church, and so I was at my own church on Mother's Day. That's kind of a regret I have. But I always called my mother and tried to be present in that way. But if you can be present with your mother today, do it. Secondly, moms want a little bit of peace. So kids, cool the fighting today. Cool the back talk. Just do as you're told. Okay? Whether you want to or not, at least for today. And then prayer. And I know we all expect, and we know that our moms pray for us. Ever thought about praying for mom? She would like that. Also, love your mom unconditionally. That's how she loves you. She accepts you as you are, no matter what. And one thing I've always thought about and point out to people occasionally, you know, in the animal world, if you get between a grizzly bear cub and Papa Bear, not a problem. But you get between a grizzly bear cub and Mama Bear, you're going to die. Mama is the one who loves you unconditionally and will rise up to protect you. Love her the same way. Again, forgive her. She's not perfect. She's not perfect. She might even be bad. Forgive her. And be kind, just because you should. That's the way to honor her. Now, we shouldn't need anything beyond the command to honor your mother, but here's something else. In Jeremiah 35, verses 18 and 19, it says this: those who honor their parents are blessed. I want to be blessed. I hope you do too. But those with a depraved mind in the last days are characterized by disobedience to parents. Depraved minds when you're disobeying your parents. Jesus rebuked the Pharisees in Matthew 15 because they honored their parents with words only. Now, I don't know if it's providence or what, but I always pick up the Tonawanda News on the way to church on Sunday. And
I just, for whatever reason, read the Annie's mailbox today. And this used to be Ann Landers, okay, but she passed away or retired or whatever, I don't know. But anyways, a couple ladies who took over. Listen to this. Dear Annie, another Mother's Day is here and I dread it. I dislike spending any time with my mother, but I do it anyway because I feel it's the right thing to do. My father was an alcoholic. Mom was abusive, both emotionally and physically. Many times my siblings and I had to sit in the car outside the bars while my parents were inside drinking. She also beat us with the wire end of a fly swatter. One of her favorite things was to slap me across the face. But what hurt the most were the cruel and cutting things she said about how I looked and dressed. Growing up, I had to wait on her hand and foot, getting her cigarettes, beer, coffee, or anything else. I also was expected to do a lot of the housework and cooking. Ironically, I don't resent that as much because I learned skills I might not have otherwise developed. Her abuse also taught me to be a better parent because I knew how I did not want to raise my children. I know Mom was unhappy. I'm sure she felt trapped, but so did my father. She is now a widow, cries a lot, and wants attention and sympathy. When I was diagnosed with cancer, it was all about what she was going through. She never once asked me how I was doing. After 63 years of this, I'm tired of her excuses for the way she treated me. She's never said she was sorry. It was always someone else's fault. Am I a bad daughter for not wanting to be around her? Here's the answer. No. You think you've put up with a great deal over the years. Whatever you give back to your mother now is a selfless act of pure kindness. And again, you want to honor your mother? Be kind, just because you should. Now, I asked a while back for any of you who wanted to honor your mothers by writing something that I could read today, and I got a few, and I would like to read them now, all right? Kevin Scott wrote this. My mother gave me all the things you would expect from a mother. She fed me, washed my clothes, took care of me when I was sick, but the one special thing she gave me above all else was her strong faith in Jesus Christ. Even though she experienced many heartaches in her lifetime, her faith never wavered. That fact has been a shining example to me and has made me realize what a blessing my mother has been. Thank you, Mom, today and every day. My daughter, Mary Beth, wrote this about my wife. Mom shows her love to her family in many ways by answering the phone late at night, traveling hundreds of miles to visit, and being happy to spend time with us, even if what we're doing isn't fun. She says often that she loves us, is proud of us, and that she misses us. She's strong when she needs to be. Motherhood comes naturally to my mom because selflessness comes naturally to her. And in her eyes, they are one and the same. Happy Mother's Day, Mom. We love you. Oh, and thanks a lot for giving me giant shoes to fill. Kim Smith wrote this. I want to thank my mom for being there and helping me through everything and never giving up on me. Donna Hellower wrote this. Moms tend to put their children before themselves, and mine is no different. However, she's also made time for fundraising for her local volunteer fire department, raising nearly $3,000 a year for them. Now, after 86 years, it's her time to relax and enjoy. I love you, Mom. Judy Davis wrote this. All I can say is that I wouldn't be the person I am today without her guidance and support. I just wish I could talk with her just one more time. We take people for granted, and sometimes it's too late to let them know how much you really love them. She died way too soon and never got to meet her grandchildren, and that is so sad to me. And my wife wrote this about her mother, who will be with her at our 11 o'clock service today. My mom is the best. Sewing or mending, to canning peaches or tomatoes, or to making strawberry jam, Mom taught me many essential things she knew I would need someday as a wife and mother. I appreciate most her Christ-like example. She showed me how time spent daily in prayer and Bible reading is vital in one's Christian walk. I love you, Mom, and thanks. And then Don Smith didn't write this, but she passed it on. She said she found this a while ago, and it's perfect, and she gave it to me in honor of her mother. This is a mother's job description. Long-term team players needed for challenging permanent work in an often chaotic environment. Candidates must possess excellent communication and organizational skills and be willing to work variable hours, which will include evenings and weekends and frequent 24-hour shifts on call. Some overnight travel required, including trips to primitive camping sites on rainy weekends. Immediately, case of my wife, I thought that many weekends she went as a chaperone to Kingdom Bound with Mary Beth and her friends, and they always had a spot where it was kind of on a hill, and when it rained, the water came right through the tent. By the way, I never went to this. Okay? And the sports tournaments in faraway cities, travel expenses not reimbursed. Extensive courier duties also required. Responsibilities are for the rest of your life. Must be willing to be hated, at least temporarily, until someone needs $5. Must be willing to bite tongue repeatedly. Must possess the physical stamina of a pack mule and able to go from 0 to 60 miles an hour in 3 seconds flat, in case this time the screams from the backyard are not from someone just crying wolf. Must be willing to face stimulating technical challenges such as small gadget repair, mysteriously sluggish toilets, and stuck zippers. Must screen phone calls, maintain calendars, coordinate production of multiple homework projects. Must have ability to plan and organize social gatherings for clients of all ages and mental outlooks. Willing to be indispensable one minute and an embarrassment the next. Must handle assembly and product safety testing of 500,000 cheap plastic toys and battery-operated devices. Always hope for the best, but must be prepared for the worst. Must assume final complete accountability for the quality of the end product. Responsibilities also include floor maintenance and janitorial work throughout the facility. The possibility for advancement and promotion? None. Your job is to maintain the same position for years without complaining, constantly retraining and updating your skills, so that those in your charge can ultimately surpass you. Previous experience? None required, unfortunately, on-the-job training offered on a continually exhausting basis. Wages and compensation, get this, you pay them, offering frequent raises and bonuses. A balloon payment is due when they turn 18 because of the assumption that college will help them become financially independent. When you die, you give them whatever's left. The honest thing about this reverse salary scheme is that you actually enjoy it and wish you could only do more. And the benefits, while no health or dental insurance, no pension, no tuition reimbursement, no paid holidays, and no stock options are offered, this job supplies limitless opportunities for personal growth and free hugs for life if you play your cards right. Read that in honor of all moms. And the last thing is, we have a lovely little video, and I dare you not to get a tear in your eye.
Dear God, thank you for my beautiful daughter.
Thank you for my beautiful mummy.
Watch over her as she sleeps tonight.
Don't let her have any sad or bad dreams.
Keep her from harm, sickness, and pain.
Make Daddy keep loving her.
Help me to teach her to love learning.
Please let Mummy read me lots of books tomorrow.
To be honest.
And don't let her find the bracelet that I broke.
And to be nice to her brother.
And if she does find it, make her think that it was my brother that broke it.
Help her to think of others.
Please make my brother feel better and not be sick anymore.
Before she thinks of herself.
Because I'm getting sick of staying home and not going to the park.
In your name.
In Jesus' name, Amen.
Amen.
P.S. Don't let her find the chocolate wrappers either. And God, let her have a really happy Mother's Day.
Lord, we thank you for all the moms, grandmothers, great-grandmothers we have the privilege of having with us today. And we ask your best blessings on them. They are forming the next generation. It's an awesome responsibility to have. As they lean upon you and turn to you, grant them the wisdom, the guidance, the strength to compassion, the support that they need. In Christ's name. Amen. Happy Mother's Day.